Here we go. Bullshit story. Not you, pussycat. Oh my god, he's so handsome. Uh, all right. So, all right. I'm back. Camera was running out of battery, if you can believe that. So, I was surfing the internet and I came across a site that talks about um, like movie projects that will be in the works in the upcoming years. And I'm scrolling, and they're mainly just like talking about like the MCU, the DCEU, um, like sequels to like horror movies, like another Child's Play movie coming out. Just stuff like that. So then, as I'm scrolling, I see that they are making a remake of the early 2000 film How High that starred Method Man and Redman. And I'm like, all right, this is awesome. This is cool. This intrigues me. So I click on it and I'm scrolling through. Basically, it's not a sequel, but it's like a like an ongoing like gag or whatever. Some friends are smoking, and one of their other friends who had passed away, their ashes get mixed into the mix, and they start seeing them, and the plot wasn't really like very detailed, but you know basically it's the same thing as How High, the original one. And that I didn't think that was too bad. Like same movie, different plot. Okay, that's cool. You know, um, but then as I'm reading this, when they had mentioned like who the roles were gonna go to, as like there was Silas, played by Method Man, and I think Redman's character was named Jamal. I'm not sure. I forget. And then like the other friend, like the dude that passed, I can't remember his name either. But as they mentioned, like who those roles, like who they were considering giving those roles to, it felt like 2016 all over again. All right, like they're gender swapping the roles, which is okay, whatever. But still, they're gender swapping the roles. And when I say I about flipped my table, I about flipped shit when I read who they were considering for the roles. And you're not going to believe me when I tell you this, and I wouldn't either, just to let you know. But when they mentioned who they were considering for the roles, um, they said, Lady Gaga would go to the role, would get the role of Method Man's character, and Redman's character Jamal would go to I can't remember her name. I wanted, oh my god, it was like Iggy Azalea. Iggy Azalea and Lady Gaga are being considered for the roles of the How High remake. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why in the fuck would they do this? To like, I guess you could call it like a cult classic, film. And you're right. Why would they do that? You're probably also thinking this guy is lying. What site did you go to? I've looked everywhere, couldn't find anything. Um, but yeah, Lady Gaga and Iggy Azalea are being considered for the roles of the 2028 remake of How High. It's sad, because back in 2016 when Ghostbusters came out, I was stoked to see, uh, the special effects looked like it was pretty cool, you know. So then, I go and see it, with like some friends from work. They enjoyed it, but I was just like the jokes just didn't land. There was maybe like one or two that worked, you know, but other than that, I just lost interest in it. Um, let me see. What other movie? Uh, shit. What is it? Ironheart. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. You know, um, I'm a big MCU fan. You know, even in Phase 4 and Phase 5, it's I stuck through with it. The first season of Loki. I don't know too much about comics, but I enjoy them. You know, to the big comic book nerds out there that didn't like the film, you don't have to explain it to me. I understand what you're saying. I can see the shift, on where they were taking these movies, these series and stuff. And I agree with you. It wasn't as good as like the first the Infinity Saga, but as someone who grew up listening to Method Man and Redman, murder, 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 kill, kill, kill. Excuse me as I kiss the sky. You know, I I was livid. I felt like you did, you know. But yeah, no, it's I hope they pull out. I hope they don't do it. Um and if they do go through with it, I just don't see it really landing well because this generation really won't like be able to respect it as much, if that makes sense. I'll probably go and still see it just so I can take a shit on it, you know. Uh, but yeah, I've even considered getting a petition together for them to not go through with this remake. Um, but yeah, yeah, no, it's Hollywood is on that bullshit. But anyway, tell me what you think, and I will talk to you later. Have a good day. All right. Bye.